If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous.
Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another Guild Ball match report. We are back this time, and I got my brand new Wu-Tang themed Alchemist team going up against Sean's Fish. This is the final game that we're playing with the current game plan cards, because as you know, they came out this week. So Sean's coming in with Shark, Tentacles, Vet Sakana, Knuckles, Vet Siren, and Fathom. Meanwhile, I've got Midas, Nausea, Kami, Vet Catalyst, Crucible, and Vitriol. So same team I ran, I believe, the last time I played Guild Ball. I really like Vitriol in that flex slot. Sometimes a bruiser goes in there like Venom, sometimes Mercury, but against this team, I like Vitriol in there. She's going to help me with some ball control. So the Fishermen are playing a 3-0 game. They need to score first, and we're talking goal, not take out. They're going to score first. They want to use that Shark Legendary in a wise manner. This is very important to try to slow me down. 3, they need to maintain threat on goal at all times, because that's really where the fear is playing against a Shark team. It's not the first goal, it's that second and the threat of the third. The Alchemists are playing a 2-2 game. 1, we want to maintain our momentum pressure, we really want to do well on the first activation of the second turn. That's key. That helps decide our overall game plan. And 3, we need to protect the ball at least a little bit. Like I was talking about, Shark has such goal threat that we have to be very careful about when that throw-in goes in off the second goal. So just doing a little setup here. Crucible kicked the ball, and I rolled a touchback because I roll a bunch of ones. So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so Sean gives the ball to Tentacles, who is just going to pass the ball over to, I believe that is Fathom. But let's finish with the allocation first. You can see a big old stack there on Shark. And I'm spreading it out a little bit. I actually have 2 on Vet Catalyst this time, and I've got the 3 on Crucible. So here goes Tentacles, just passing the ball over, getting some momentum, moving up. I'm going to put the Snake there towards the middle of the board. He's going to then pass over to, it looks like Vet Siren, and then he puts Fathom, very aggressive position with Fathom. I'm going to make use of that later. So I'm going to go with Midas, who is going to just jog forward and lure up VCat. This is already a problem because he has no good way of getting Fathom out of position there. Vet Siren is going to pass the ball over to, it looks like Shark, and then she is going to move up. So now I have 2 targets. I know they're both defense 5, but that's very tempting. And I'm going to set them up. I'm going to put Crucible into the mix there. She is going to, I believe, just get a dodge. And she'll dodge closer in there. And then she's going to just put a condition on Vet Siren. Oh, sorry. She puts the conditions on Fathom, and then she puts a condition on Vet Siren. So this is really nice. And then she's gonna, I think she takes a free acrobatics here to kind of just slide over and keep her crowd out going. So that's like a really, really nice setup there for Vet Cat later in the turn. Sean is gonna go ahead and take his goal. So he's got Shark all loaded up there. So this is a sprint, a tidal surge, and Shark's threat is so deep it doesn't even matter. He's just going to go ahead and slide over there, and he wants to use his legendary right now, which is interesting. It's going to get my other active players there, Kami and Vitriol, and he's using that to prevent a snapback goal. This is not bad thinking. I don't know that this is the first turn goal he wanted. I would have actually moved the ball down the other line and taken that first turn goal with Fathom so that Shark can play midfield and he can use his legendary on the second turn. I think that would have put thrown a bigger wrench into my plan, as it were. Anyways, ball goes out after that 4-0 goal, and it lands right there on Kami. I move VCAT into position there. I've got two models with very low health tracks, but they're both Def 5. But they're both crowded out, and they both have conditions on them. So I'm going to do a bunch of damage. I'm going to knock down Fathom. So that's going to give me a 4-0 target, and do some damage to Siren. And I'm just going to hit, I believe I just hit Fathom 3 times. That's going to do 6 damage to Siren, and it's going to do a bunch of damage to Fathom, obviously. There's Vet Sakana just moving up the board there. I think he gave bag of coffers to Knuckles. So I got Kami, who's going to pass the ball. She passes the ball over to Vitriol, slides over, tries to do an attack on Shark, fails miserably. Because Kami, man, I still struggle with Kami. I know you guys all love Kami. I know I've been in a lot of comments about her. Yeah, she's great if you can roll. I can't roll, guys. So Kami doesn't do anything for me, really. Here comes Knuckles he's just going to move into, towards the melee here. He doesn't really get into it. He's just going to sprint up. Okay. And Vitriol is going to pass the ball over to Midas, who's going to slide out, and then she is going to charge Shark with a 5-inch charge, and then really just get. And I don't think she ends up doing a whole lot over there. I think she just does a damage to him. But I'm way ahead on momentum here. Sean is allocating, even though we haven't played game plan cards yet. I don't think it matters to him how this is going down. So he's allocating. I'm getting ready to play the game plan cards. I'm going to play TAC +1 on Vet Cat. And he's going to play to give himself Shadow-like on the 8-inch border. So that's really just going to affect Shark. So got a decent stack on Midas. I could try to go for a goal immediately, but I've got the 3 on VCAT, and I've got a really, really nice double takeout baking out in front of me. So I'm going to do the first hit. That's going to hurt Fathom. That's going to trigger Vet Sirens, her version of Reanimate. And then I'm just going to walk back in. I think that dodge may have been able to get him out of trouble, but maybe not. It's only a 4-inch dodge. He could have dodged straight back, but it didn't look like he had a great angle to keep both of them out of trouble. Anyways, Vet Cat is a beast in that situation. It's like the ideal situation for him. He takes out Fathom. He takes out Siren. All is bad. Lots of big stack of momentum, and the game is tied at 4-all. Here comes Tentacles down on the bottom of the screen. He's going to try to blind Midas. Not good, very good odds of this happening. It doesn't happen. And Tentacles doesn't end up doing a whole lot this game, unfortunately, and neither does Nausea. It's just not a good game for them. Meanwhile, it looks like Shark is working on. I've got Kami back there, who is just gonna do a dodge and do a little bit of a burning and a condition damage on Shark. Shark is going to counter and push away again. And yeah, I think I only put 1 on Kami this turn because that's all Kami's been doing all game. And now it's Sean's turn to go. And I think he's going to go with Vet Sakana, who's going to get over to Kami there. And just, he's going to trigger Raise the Black Flag off of her. So really nice roll there. Well, first he's gonna get it looks like a dodge, and then then he spikes and gets raised the black flag. Puts that on Knuckles, and then takes 2 inches off of Vitriol. Very nice play there for Vetsakana. And now that I have my 2 takeouts, I'm trying to figure out, okay, I need to goal. Knuckles is suddenly got fast enough to do that. So I'm going to want to respond here. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, so with Midas, what I can do is I'm going to pass the ball to Crucible. Pass the ball to Crucible, slide her well off to the side and outside of Tentacles. Then I'm going to I do a where'd they go in charge, but then I think better of it. That's not the right way to do it. I have to sprint and then where'd they go. That does give Knuckles the ability to jog directly towards me, and he's going to do that. I don't know that that's the right move. I would not have jogged there. I think maybe Knuckles could have come all the way around and threatened Crucible, but I think he's just going to let it go because he still has plenty of goal threat on that side of the board. So even if he lets me go here, he could get a snapback. Midas is going to bounce around a little bit and just pop resilience off of Knuckles. And this whole time is interesting too because he's taking counterattacks that he doesn't need to. I'm just going to let him spend some momentum so that I can keep my momentum up. But he does a counterattack with Knuckles, and I think he just pushes him out of the way. Then Knuckles is going to go move around this way, and Knuckles is going to start punishing Kami. He does trigger my unpredictable movement, which is fantastic, so I can get out of there with Midas. I forget to mention that Midas did Legendary back there to put some conditions on people, and also to give Vitriol Fulmination. But I haven't been using the teammate Fulmination. It's really just been Midas. So he ends up doing like 6 damage to Kami. Just to try to wreck her. I don't know if that's part of the game plan, but it's not bad keeping a credible takeout threat on the board. Then I'm going to go with Crucible. So jog, acrobatics, goal, and she'll just punch that one in and putting me up 8-4. Now that's critical because now I'm in the lead with scoring. So these next couple activations are going to be very important here. Sean's going to throw in really wide there, and he's going to get the absolutely perfect throw-in. Like, perfect throw-in. There are many, you could see where those arrows are. There are many, many ways this can go wrong that could not have landed in a better spot. Literally, it was I think that's a 6-6. They had to roll to get right there. Shark is just going to walk around, snap it up, get a dodge off of Vitriol, and kick a goal. I mean, I don't think, sometimes you just don't realize how risky something is, and because I had some credible goal threat on that side, or at least I could have kept that ball busy long enough, but that absolutely perfect throw-in, going to give him... And, his awareness of it, obviously, very important. He's going to go ahead and just walk over, kick a snapback goal, put the score 8-8. And now this is the scary part, right? Now I have to protect that ball, and I have to make sure that whatever happens on my next activation is going to work well. All right, ball goes in, scatters off to the place I don't want it to go, too far out of the play. But that's okay. I'm going to just jog the snake over, move him 1 inch back, snap the ball, drop off the ball. And yeah, just unsnap the ball there to let Vitriol come get it. So, no activations left for Sean. Vitriol is going to go. She is going to flub this first attack, do 1 damage to Shark. Shark is going to counter. And I don't agree with this counter either. I don't think this is necessary, but and he dodges to get out of melee with Vitriol. That's a mistake because, and this is something easy to forget, but he has a condition on him. I can just pull that condition, get a free charge, snap the ball. So that's 2 free influence I just got there. And then I can kind of just collect a momentum and push him right out of the way, dodge forward a little bit, and pass the ball over to Midas. But hey, dice still hate me, guys. They still hate me. So I'm going to kick this ball over to Midas, and I'm going to miss this 4-die pass. So there it goes. 4-die pass. However, the ball scatters favorably for me. It scatters off to the side there, which means it's going to hit that obstacle before it goes anywhere bad. It could have ended up on Knuckles, and that would have been major problem for me. That could have been game, literally, if that was the case. Anyways, I'm still way ahead on momentum, so I'm gonna get momentum. I'm gonna get turn again, and Sean has 2 players to bring on at the bottom of the field. And I've got to wrap this up. I do not like the ball on my half of the pitch with 3 credible strikers on my half of the pitch. This is what we're talking about threat saturation there. So really well played there by Sean. But giving up that double takeout was pretty fatal early on. So he's going to put Siren up the board. He's going to put Fathom right in front of his goal and basically just challenge me to see what I can do. I give my players +1 movement, and that's going to be important for what I do here. So basically, full stack on Midas. He's going to take the ball and the game into his own hands here. Since Midas time, he's going to sprint back half an inch and then come into Siren there. He's gonna again flub, only do 1 damage fire poison to Siren. Siren is going to counter, trying to get the tackle dodge. She gets a double dodge, I believe. Yeah, it takes gets a push dodge. And this is weird. He push dodges me into Fathom and to double crowd me out. Not terrible, not the worst thing I've seen, but I'll counter, or I'll attack again, and this time, and I don't do the wisest move here either. I do Lure of Gold to get Crucible in to crowd them both out. Then instead of, I just buy a Where'd They Go to get around everybody and then kick that final goal. So that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good one, guys, and we will catch you on the next one.